Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another video of Atlantica. And there is still more to come. Trust me. This one today is actually two streams. I put in one video. Try to cut it down a bit so we get the more important stuff. So today we are kind of starting on the River Rapids ride, which is going to be called Journey to Atlantica. And then we're also building our Lighthouse of Atlantica today, which is going to be a big part of the River Rapids. So as you guys know, that for when I talk about this today, that this entire ride itself is actually done. But what you're seeing here today is the upcoming kind of progress of the whole build here. I didn't really had a lot of thoughts and ideas while making this, especially when I did the River Rapids, like the layout itself, because when I first made it I was like, this River Rapids layout is the worst. Like, I really hate the two layered tracks, especially if you can't figure out a way to hide it. So I had to brainstorm and I had to figure out lots of ideas of what I could do here and how can I make everything look nice together with the surroundings that I've already made. So I was like, I need a curved roof, and then we can detail the building as we kind of feel like. So I used a lot of the adventure pieces to kind of like fill in some of the gaps, and it's also, as you can see here, the carved pattern and coloring it to give it that nice Atlantica color, that color vibe, as we really like here in this build. I will have more stuff from the build in the next video, but today you are going to see me focusing just getting the station kind of done and building our Lighthouse of Atlantica. I am like 85% done with this part, maybe even closer, which I will wrap it up today, or I mean this week, because submission for this contest is next Monday. So when you have this, it will probably be submitted within a week. So yeah, it's quite exciting. I'm super happy for where we're at, how far we've gotten, and how good, honestly, this park looks. You guys will eventually see a lot more episodes, as I say, where you will see this park evolve. But yeah, as I am at it today, this is one of the best projects I have done for a very long time. And they're even freaking it's a mini park, right? There's a coaster, there's a dog ride. It's quite amazing what I achieved here, I have to say, because it's been the last few years playing Planko, and also Soup for that matter, is it's like I've wanted to build something new, something innovative, something unique, something that actually makes you wanna watch or click a video with this sort of build. And I feel like Atlantica is really doing a good job with that. Like, we all know, I've been building tons of stuff in this game, and this is a theme I have not really like tried out myself, and I'm happy that I did it as a single project, to be fair. Because in that way I can totally put in all of what I feel like fits here in the sort of Atlantic sort of vibe. Atlantean, Atlantica, you name it, right? So this station here was something that I saw something about, like a curved kind of roof over like a little bridge with the water and stuff. So I was like, what if I do this and just make that a station, and then add a few high peaks and stuff around, like a tower. The lighthouse, for example, as I've mentioned to you guys, I will be building, which is also one of the cooler builds that I have done in this specific park project here. The station for the River Rapids is also done, and the queue and stuff. But as I say, you guys will see that in the next episode. Today we're just starting up and warming up the River Rapids, and then you guys will eventually see how it will all look. I will also give you guys a POV of it as well, so do not worry about a thing. Everything is gonna be alright. So as I said to you guys, last time you saw me build the splash pad and the lockers and all the other buildings. We do have a more of an area where I do the flat rides, and actually I didn't stream that, so that will actually be something you guys, none of you has actually seen yet. So, but that's like 2 videos ahead, and then I'm gonna have a video with me doing some dog ride stuff, guys, and that is exciting. So, so don't worry, there is still a few episodes left for you guys to watch, and then we are actually at the end. Because on Friday, I am actually doing my last Atlantica stream, because I have to submit it, as I said, Monday, if I don't do it over the weekend, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are. So whatever I need to finish up, I have to do it this week, and I'm pretty confident that that we will get there anyways. So yeah, I think we're pretty good. Like what you see here is like 30%, and as I said to you guys, I'm at like that 85, maybe 19 even. So so yeah, we're going really strong here, and I am quite amazed by myself that I managed to build this within that short amount of time. Thank God for the extension, otherwise we wouldn't have been this close into the park. So I don't even know if I would have finished if it wasn't for those 2 weeks extension. It is crazy sometimes what it does. Like just 2 weeks extra, it's insane what it does. Because right now, like this week only, I am not working, so I kind of have some more time. So that's kind of like why I'm saying like I want to grind. Plus with the whole Planet Zoo DLC as well. So lots of content coming up. But as you can see here, I'm kind of like slow in figuring out the river rapids here, where I'm like putting in some pieces to cover up the band, like the support, and kind of like the whole layout of the river rapids to kind of like make it more smooth and clean. And then some other places I have it more open. So it's kind of like a whole, like, it's a vibe, all right? Journey to Atlantica has some few very cool things that you guys will eventually see. It's a cool river rapids, to be fair. I would love to ride it, but you're gonna get pretty soaked on it. There are some water elements and waterfalls and etc. that I add in later on, and it's pretty cool. I didn't film that, but you probably will get to see some in the cinematics. As I say, in the cinematics they show a little bit more of what has been happening, and you might get a few teasers and spoilers for some of the newer videos, but it is what it is, since I am pretty much forward, as I've told you guys. So but mainly what I'm doing with the river rapids is I'm trying to make things seem right. So here I'm trying to make like a little opening of like a temple, where from the station you kind of like drive, or you kind of like sail straight into this sort of tunnel thing, which is more of a temple kind of vibe. And then yeah, you just kind of like go around there with the whole river rapids. And I gotta say, of all the river rapids I've done, and I've made a few, the one in Dania was definitely one of my top favorites. But I feel like this river rapids might be my best river rapids so far yet. I love it. It's very very polished some places, and especially when you gonna get to see how it looks with everything done. So so yeah, I'm quite happy for what we did here. And all this is made for on one stream, right? Well, what you see here now, we're gonna move slowly towards the second section here now, after we do this little tunnel system. And then we actually add a little bit of other kind of like cave tunnel system too. We add a few trigger doors, and then we add like a little bit of water spouts and some smoke coming out from some of the coals and stuff, just to get a little bit extra. So so that's what we do there. And then after here we kind of like done with this sort of section on this side, and then I move slowly towards what I am trying to sell you guys, the Lighthouse of Atlantica. So this was an idea I've had for quite a while. I wanted to incorporate the queue with this lighthouse, and also have the river rapids following it all the way around as well, which is also why I made this sort of half circle for the river rapids, so I can actually build something in between it and all the way around it. So what I'm doing here is that I did this kind of like cylinder building to create a lighthouse, and then I literally just went in and kind of like just try to see what works and what doesn't. My whole point was to give like these sort of cool crystals as the lighthouse signal, you know, and then I put in some police alarm lights, those, you know, that turn around, and I put it inside so it feels like it gives this like nice circular searchlight in a sense. It's very subtle, but it kind of works for it, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't need to be anything crazier than that. So yeah, I'm building this lighthouse here, and I'm trying some new things, some new pieces, some new ways in this park. And you gotta have to do that sometimes, especially if you want to keep your groove going. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm making like these sort of small arches around the whole tower here, and then obviously I'm gonna add some windows. And I did not expect this guy to turn out this good. This is one of my favorite lighthouses I have built, and I've built a few, but this one specifically, I just love the shape. I love how it interacts with the queue. I love how that the guests are actually walking under it and like over this little stairway here, which you guys will see in next video, me building something for. You might get a teaser on it today, but so be it. But you will definitely get to see it next video how I added that. So do not worry. But yeah, as you can see, we're getting like a little hole here, and then afterwards I'm gonna add like more rocks around it, like above. Make sure that the guests can walk from the exit to the lighthouse without clipping through things. And we're really doing a good job and really getting it done. So as you can see here, we already have a perfect shape of like having this sort of cylinder coming up, and then we have this sort of wooden brackets as decoration. Sorry, which I feel is kind of nice. It works super well. And then afterwards, it's mainly just to kind of like fill in the holes, trying to get by here, and just slowly adding the miney subtle detailing that we need on this little lighthouse here. So as I said to you, when I first did this, I was not really brainstorming. Sorry, goddamn. Was not really brainstorming. I just went in and I kind of like said I want to build a lighthouse, and then after that I kind of like went with it, and I winged it, and I added like some rubble pieces. I tried to make like an aqueduct, I think it is. You will see me build that in just a few, where I got a little bit confident. I was like, you know, we can build this without use too many pieces. But hey, this entire build is pretty big. Like this river rapids ride, especially fully detailed. It's pretty hardcore build. We would not be able to blueprint this guy here at the fully stage finished. That is a fact. But with that said, I also just said to you guys that this is probably one of my favorite builds when it comes to river rapids. It's really fun, and I love all the interaction I've done towards this river rapids. But you will see a lot of that in the next video, where I will focus a little bit more on the river rapids, right? And also do a little bit more extra in the backs and all that. So now we're getting to the top of the lighthouse, and now I was kind of thinking about which way I could work here. How should I do the top? Should I do an extra as I do here? So we'll do like an intern sort of where they go. Then on the top there, we kind of add this extra piece or extra top once again, so we get this super nice like peak of this lighthouse from ever you look in the park. It's gonna peak above everything kinda, And I kind of like how that is, you know. It's super nice to have like this little depth that can kind of get seen from anywhere in the park. So here we go back to the thing I told you guys about having the gem inside here, and then I cover it up with some stained glass windows, and then afterwards, as I say, I put in the alarm light to give that feeling of it kind of like going in loops. And I'm super happy for this. I go over and I kind of like duplicate this building here, or this roof, because I felt like I wanted to try and use the top at least, like where I used the chimneys. So you'll see me like struggle a little bit here, because I wasn't really feeling this specific section here so much, again with the whole top of the roof. So I actually went in and I took one of the in-game ones, and that one actually worked for me, to be fair, because then I could actually add a top piece as well, and then that actually worked a lot better, because sometimes I have to think about the pieces I use, right, and the piece count. So we are kind of forced to go in and use some of those in-game pieces that are in the game, unfortunately. Even though sometimes we just like to do our own things custom, but it also hits us hard on the piece count when we do. So sometimes it might just be easier to use some of those bigger in-game pieces that we usually don't need so much. But sometimes just to add that little extra thing, it's literally doing a good job. So why not, right? So we're going back to the bottom here, just trying to add a few details to the lighthouse, so it's not completely wacky looking and plain. So yeah. And here we're adding, of course, these rubble pieces I told you guys about. And I'm actually adding this all the way around the river rapids, because I feel like it adds such a nice texture, especially when you start adding extra things to it, like here, for example, right? It really does the job really, really nicely. And that's kind of like what I've done. As you can see, we're starting to add more and more, some corals, some rocks, all that things. And then here I'm adding the aqueduct, which is gonna, of course, push water towards the riders on the river rapids, and then hopefully make them a little wet. And then on the right side here, we will have a waterfall, which is also something you guys will just see is there. I didn't really record or did that on stream. I have been forced to kind of like go in and work a lot on this part. And also going back to what I was saying is that it has been a while, really been a while, since I've had a project like this where I really want to go in and continue. Like some projects you can work on for 2 days maybe, and then you're like, I need a break or I need a new project. But this one has really like, it's been a while, okay, since I've had this feeling for a project, and it's nice. It's really nice, because having those projects that just keeps on going and going, and it's the same goddamn thing. Yes, they are very tedious. They are very like tiring, and you get bored of them occasionally. That's why this project is so refreshing to me, and I also think that's why I'm having this sort of building thrill. It's how you can say it with this project. So, yeah, and I can't wait to show it to you guys and finish it. It'll be on the workshop very, very soon. But I know you're thinking now, workshop, what you're thinking is like not even 50% done. I know, but what you're seeing here is not done. But what I know is done is 90%. So, yeah, it's pretty wild, guys. It's pretty wild. If you wanna be part of the Discord, the links and all that stuff are in the description. I'm also doing a new perk for my patrons. They will get early access to all my projects I put on the workshop. So if that has any interest, you should check out my Patreon too and read upon that. But anyways, as you guys can see here, I am trying to cover up the lighthouse here. So the ones that comes from the top, they don't see like this plain stuff. And the ones from the bottom, they kind of see this more of a mountain-ish sort of pick for this lighthouse here. So trying, as you can see here, again, filling up the gaps. And this rock here is lifesaver in this game, FYI. It is I don't even know. It is just amazing, dude, in any way possible. I am so happy for that piece, and I really wish we had smaller pieces too, or rocks, because it literally just do the job perfectly for all of us. Yeah. So at the end here, guys, slowly at the end, adding some more foliage work, trying to make this look nice and, you know, tropical, vibey, watery. Just trying to give it this look so when you look from the other side, you get welcomed with this amazing vibe. And I gotta say, the vibe on this river rapids, as I said, is so cool. I will obviously have a POV and a little ride experience for you guys when we are at the end of it, because I don't feel like really showing off something now when it's not like almost done, right? So I know there's also supposed to be a lot of like realism aspects into this, and I've tried to like figuring out what is doable and what is not, right? And I'm just going with doable, pretty much, plausible stuff, which makes sense to me. As you can see here now too, I'm kind of like covering up this section so we get like more of a facade build integrated into this sort of rock tunnel we have that goes underneath the lighthouse. So in any case, I'm super happy for how this evolved. Like, it's such a whole unique section here, and then you'll even see what I'm doing in the next video for the stairs on the right and all that stuff. But guys, this was the last part of the videos. Let me know what you think of the lighthouse and the start of the station. I will have a new video out next week of Atlantica, and then hopefully we will have this park submitted very soon. I hope you guys have a great week, have a great day, and remember to like the video if you think it deserves it. And if you are interested in checking out more Atlantica, you can do so by coming by my stream on Friday, where I will do the last one. Otherwise, you will just be keeping updated and posted on YouTube here, where I will repost them all, plus a little bit of new stuff. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked it. I am very much a fan of this lighthouse here, and I hope you are too. Let me know what you think. Have a great day, and follow for more stuff. I'll see you around, guys. Bye bye.